finna stand. Oh, you be on my back like a cardigan. Card looking, I'm in love with your friend. We be doing things you had to ever. Okay, that you ready to run. Okay, thought I was a married to you, burn mirror. Okay, the diamond this. Okay, dinner. She met her Essa. Okay, Papa baby cried and she popping for the. Okay, damn. You should say yourself. I know that you drunk. You want after this. Ooh. Move around in my dog, she called it Texas. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh. What's up, guys? Welcome to Soul Track, your source for the finest niggas in music, right here on YouTube. Drop a comment and like below if you mess with the movement, and if you don't, you already know you can get the fuck on. Oh, I'm excited for this one today. We got another New Music Friday, and we are basking in the light of some good music here. We got James Blake that dropped for you nice, introspective, sad boy R&B heads out there. You got The Alchemist for the old school sample-based hip-hop. Currency dropped today. But we are not going to focus on that, okay? Today we are focusing on Cactus Jack's own Don Toliver. And he is back with his second album, The Life of a Don. Now, if you aren't familiar with Don Toliver, I mean, this guy is really a special talent, and I feel like he fits well in today's music culture, especially with the melodic style that he chooses to go in his music. He first started popping off when he was featured on Travis Scott's Astro World on the song Can't Say, and really that showcased his melodic talent, his energy that he brings to a track, and just his tone. It really just encapsulates the listener to really be like, damn, who is that? Definitely went to check him out right after I heard that track. And I mean, everything this man has put out since then has been heat. His first mixtape, Donnie Womack, shows his raw talent, and even though every song isn't like a super banger, it definitely has some hits on there like Issues and Diva. And then he came out with his debut album, Heaven and Hell, my apologies, which was really highly anticipated. People were waiting for this thing, man. It featured Travis Scott, of course, because if you didn't know, Don Toliver is signed to the Cactus Jack label. It featured Quavo, Cash Page, Sheck West, and man, like top to bottom, that album aesthetically, musically, and melodically are just like hitting every check, man. I really mess with his last album. And if you've never heard Don Toliver's music before, you can definitely expect a trap infused beat with Don kind of laying some really kind of sporadic but very ear-catching vocals on top of them. And I can expect some good production on this one because you know he is a part of that Cactus Jack team. And I'm pretty sure Mike Dean had his hands on this one, and along with some great producers also. So, I mean, yeah, man, I'm really fucking ready to just listen to this and see what's going on. The only song that I've heard prior to this was the Kali Uchis song that I think is on here. So, yeah, I'm gonna shut up because I'm ready to listen, okay? Let's go. Soul Tracks, Life of a Don. Let's check it out, okay? Damn. Damn. Sound like from the Narco soundtrack. Yes. Give me the synthesizers. Yes. I'm messing with this. Oh yeah. Those synths in the back are so good. Oh yes. Yeah. vibey intro that was, man. I'm really enjoying the fucking synthesizers, synth leads on the back of this thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure Mike Dean was all over those synthesizers and shit. But yeah, I just really enjoyed the atmosphere that track created. It served as a pretty good intro track. It felt like a lead up to something. Don's vocals on here were interesting. They kind of meshed with the instrumental pretty well. And I couldn't really tell the direction that it was going in because the song fucking started off sounding like a goddamn mariachi band. But it ended up in this weird place, kind of like in space, kind of. But I mean, you know, it's Cactus Jack. We're probably going to get a lot of Travis Scotty vibes going on here. And I'm definitely feeling that.
5 times in a row, I sing the flick.
5 times.
5 times in a row, I sing the flick.
Ooh, double vocals. I like that.
5 times in a row.
Hey. Okay. It drip, drip. Hey, hey, hey. Oh. Damn. Yeah, this is definitely some premier strip club music. This instrumental sound like ecstasy and stripper sweat. Oh, damn. Oof. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Every song so far got like a crazy bounce to it. You know, that shit that just make you wanna, you know what I'm saying, throw the right hand up. Throw the right hand up and then your shoulder just drops a little bit. And then your body gets a little looser. And then you just hit that, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Yeah. Yeah, you do that to every track. Yeah. The amount of reverb that they gotta put on this guy's voice on every song is like crazy. It's just that Travis Scott like effect. And I feel weird calling it the Travis Scott effect because I'm pretty sure that it was prevalent before that. But you know, that Travis Scott influenced atmospheric vibe. You know, it sounds like you're in a colorful drug influenced trip to utopia. It's just filled with this massive amount of reverb on everything, kind of just making the song feels like it has no ceiling. And I like that. I really do like that. I mean, I feel like it's definitely distinctive and you know the vibe that you want to get into when you're listening to something like this. Yeah. See the dash, dog. Hey. Okay. Yeah. Damn. Hey. Hey. She flaky, flaky. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Flocky featuring Travis Scott. That was a cool joint right there. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Since it had Travis Scott featured on it, I thought that it was gonna be a little more prevalent in the track list, and it kind of just falls right in line with the rest of the songs we heard so far. Yeah, so he definitely gave some interesting flows, interesting word choices on here too. He just did his best job to make the verse memorable, which I appreciate. And I like Don Toliver's chorus on this one. The whole thing just sounds like really fucking sneaky, you know? Kind of just sounded like if James Bond took acid and decided to do a mission in Mexico. That's my best description for it. Really need love, tell me what it That's one of the tracks where I just need this instrumental to. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It sounds like a fucking dandelion on acid. Sound like the 3-6 Mafia sample going on here.
It's so hard to be human. It's so hard to just live and learn with all of your mistakes. It's double standards on all this. It's got you moving with caution. That's what has you, they start talking, saying you out way too often. There's some friends that got some history. Ain't only ball I've been looking me, I ain't so flawless. I like 20 girls in Austin. It's like 3 or 4 weekends. Up at least some money. Don't want just over.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Take me away. Yes. He just decided to give us a straight up R&B track right there. I was kind of vibing with that. That was a chill little joint, you know what I'm saying? Throw it on with your girl. You know what I'm saying? You want to catch a vibe. If you plan on doing that, catch a condom. Yep. I know what you're trying to do. You're nasty.
In a box now. I'm by myself, yeah, I'm on lockdown. Sometimes you gotta find blue honey's on thumbing, and I can split the whole damn thing with my woman. What's yours is mine. I'm seeing it again, which is mine. Don't leave the house, baby.
Oh. What year is this? Is this 2005? Damn. Can I get it one time? Talk to me now. Talk to me now. Move it, move it, move it, move it. See, this sound like the joint you play at the cookout when you try and get a little, you know what I'm saying? And the kids don't know nothing about that. And you like, yeah, what y'all know about this? And you like, yeah, look at this. Y'all know how to do this. Y'all ain't got no music like this. Y'all know nothing about that Don Toliver. Hey, bring that beat back. Come on, I wanna vibe. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm trying to live my life. Yeah, I like that joint. Swinging on Westheimer. You know what I'm saying? That was a cool little joint. That was a laid back joint you play at the cookout. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You about 64. You got gray hairs. You know what I'm saying? This song come on in the cookout. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get a little freaky, you know what I'm saying? Show the kids, you know what I'm saying, what the real music was back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And DJ play this joint, and you start busting out the two-step. That's what you start doing. You start busting out the two-step, and you start moving your shoulders like this, and your snaps on point. You know what I'm saying? This is what that joint gave me. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like that a lot. Drugs and Hella Melodies. Another vibe. You had Kali Uchis on there, sounding angelic as usual. Don Toliver giving a nice catchy chorus with some nice catchy refrains also. Yeah, I'm liking that joint. It was real chill, real laid back, you know what I'm saying? They are dating, so you know the song probably had a little extra aroma. You know what I'm saying? The tension in the room was probably high. But it sounded really majestic. Sounded like it was produced with pixie dust. You know what I'm saying? Like a unicorn was about to pop out of the corner somewhere. Damn. Oh, shit. Is it gonna be a banger? Is it gonna be a banger? Is it gonna be a... Okay. Yeah. 2 in the morning. Wake up, hey. Give it to me now. I really like the unorthodox pattern of the 808s going on in there. That was really fucking dope. Definitely another chill joint, you know what I'm saying? It seems like he's kind of giving us more vibes, you know what I'm saying? Every song isn't such a moment, you know, comparing to the last album, but it's definitely vibey as fuck. Sound like some Cali shit. Oh, that's why. Get Throwed was interesting. I think that's gonna have to grow on me a little bit more. It turned out it was produced by DJ Mustard, but I don't know. It just kind of felt a lot lighter than the rest of these tracks. And it was a pretty simple beat. I mean, had a pretty simple bass line going on in the back, and the energy was definitely brought up a little bit, but I don't know. It wasn't really resonating with me as much as the other tracks. Maybe it just needed a touch of that Mike Dean, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I heard that Metro Boomin tag. I will be watching for the bass. Oh, there it is. Yes. Metro Boomin has to have the best kick drops in all of producing. Like the 808 comes in and then he just gives you that kick, and that's what really drives the beat. And he's really like one of the only producers that does that so well. This got Baby Keem on it. I'm predicting it to be the hardest song on the album. Ugh. Nasty. Is it me or Don Toliver is mixed like super loud compared to Baby Keem? Damn! Oh, those guitars. Show the light to the weak, dodging the fake, woke in a late. Okay, Outer Space featuring Baby Keem. Not what I expected. Just the layout of this track was pretty weird. I mean, at first, Baby Keem and Don Toliver were rapping over this pretty interesting trap beat. You know, everything sounded normal, you know? And then in the middle of the song, out of nowhere, these synths, everything just starts rising. The energy just starts increasing. Then we get this crazy bass drop. I'm loving it. And it just ends with Baby Keem like saying his last couple bars. It was just kind of weird. Yeah, so that one's gonna have to grow on me a little bit too, just how awkward the song kind of was. I did like the second half of that instrumental a lot. It sounded like the last level of a video game or something. Liking the sample. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. I know she be charging me niggas. Cause that little pussy not cheap. Damn. I just went to our phone. Ran off a bag to shit. Smoke. Yeah. I really like that sample going on in the back. I'm so off tune. Why can't I ever sing it right? Kind of brought the energy up a little bit. That bass was crazy. I like Don Toliver's vocals on this one, but I felt like the features were a little bit irrelevant. I did like Sofego though. He really brought the energy up a little bit on the back end of this track, but I feel like his verse could have been a little longer and he could have gave more to the track. So Smoke was cool though. Smoke was cool. Oh.
You couldn't get any better, baby.
Talk about it.
Your lips taste like candy, can you tell?
Can you tell, baby? Dang. Okay, Trav. Yeah. Yes.
Like the ride the world, wanna see you do it like me and age. Body good, body great. Below the waist, real estate.
Yeah.
Like the ride the world, wanna see you do it like me and age.
That beat had a nice bounce to it. It was definitely a more R&B inspired. And I really like Don Toliver's vocals, his vocal refrains that he chose to go with on this one. It was pretty cool. I just really like the bounce of that joint, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this album does a good job at giving you modern style trap beats, but in a way where the 808 pattern is a little off kilter. It's not, you know, your regular typical type of pattern. It's got a little something interesting in every track to kind of make you pay attention to the instrumental and catch your ear differently. Travis Scott verse was kind of lackluster, to be honest. I didn't really get anything from it that was too amazing or too ear-catching. I feel like Don Toliver really took over the whole thing. I mean, as he should, it's his song, but he didn't add to the track like he did on the previous song that he was featured earlier on the album, so. Hey, let's go! Okay. Yeah, this beat is crazy. So, I have listened to Don Toliver, Life of a Don, lived with it a little bit, played it a couple more times, and just trying to figure out how I feel about this album. And what I have to say is The Life of a Don by Don Toliver is a little underwhelming. Not to say that the album is bad by any means, but I can't help to compare it to Heaven or Hell. And if I had to pick, I'm going with Heaven or Hell. Let's break it down. The production on this album is that signature Cactus Jack sound, featuring atmospheric and spacey synth and hard-hitting trap beats. The sound quality itself on this project is very good. It sounds very clear, expensive. And this is what I expect from a Don Toliver album at this point. You got some heavy-hitting names like Mike Dean, Sonny Digital, Metro Boomin, Cardo, Mustard, and more notable guys on here. And with Mike Dean's present being the most prevalent on here, kind of just laying his synths and his signature sound onto a lot of these tracks, I can always appreciate some Mike Dean production. And at this point, I think Don has a pretty good ear for picking beats and what his vocals will sound best on. And I think that he did showcase that on this album, even though the beats weren't as crazy as on Heaven or Hell. They were still good. They were produced well. The album opens up with Escape. Instrumentally, this is a really minimal track, and it features Don's vocals just on top of some pretty synths and a recurring 808. And along the next couple songs showcase some high energy tracks with some nice trap beats. The beat on Way Bigger is definitely a highlight on this one. Flocky Flocky with Travis Scott is a dark and eerie sounding trap banger. And I like that guitar sample going on. It gives us a nice groove, a nice bounce. And I enjoyed Don and Travis's vocals on here. They both did something pretty interesting. Travis's verse was pretty interesting also, kind of giving us some interesting refrains, something that we can remember. And then after this, we get a series of R&B inspired tracks, and they were pretty laid back. And honestly, it does lessen the energy of the album comparing to when it first starts off. And I do enjoy the old school vibe of swinging on Westheimer. And I do love the pretty and glitzy instrumental on Drugs and Hella Melodies. I don't think that we needed this many amount of these laid back R&B inspired tracks. And especially on a Don Toliver album, that's not really what I'm looking for. I honestly think that if he gave us Drugs and Hella Melodies, I would have been cool with that, and the rest, we back onto regular scheduled program. But hey, maybe he's going in a more R&B direction. I just don't think it was for me because he didn't do anything too interesting on these tracks to make them more than just any other R&B song. He kind of just sounded like the run-of-the-mill and kind of could fit into any other R&B track that's coming out these days. Coming down the track list, you have a Empty Party song with Get Throwed, and this has production from DJ Mustard, and this is probably one of the low points of this album. The beat is really skeletal and it lacks any depth really. Some may call it simple and sweet, but I just think that it's bland. I just didn't really catch the vibe of that one. The beat just wasn't it for me. And it doesn't help when Don isn't really doing anything too interesting vocally. And honestly, now that we're here, I can say that this is pretty true for the rest of this album. It feels like Don Toliver got a little comfortable within his vocal range and kind of just dropped the creativity on his vocals a little bit on this album. It just sounds more tame compared to his previous work. In the past, he's had songs stuck in my head for days, weeks on end. I still hum the chorus to Cardigan from here and there just because it's so catchy. And this is the same for many songs that he's put out in the past, like No Idea, After Party, Diva, Back End, and the list goes on. He's not giving me that same feeling of when I first heard him on Can't Say. And I'm like, God damn, who is this? His voice was so captivating and the way he delivered his vocals was very compelling. And I just don't really feel that on this album. I feel like he's just gotten a little comfortable, a little tame. And aside from the vocals, I think that this album also just drops the ball in giving you those moments that Heaven and Hell gave us. Playing this track list from front to back, it didn't have many peaks and valleys. It was mostly the same going throughout, the same vibe. And some of these tracks I was listening to them, hoping for a bigger climax, and I just didn't get it. It kind of just rode the wave that it started on, and that's what you got. It's really too bad that this album is so tame compared to Heaven and Hell, man. It really is too bad, because I had some high expectations for this. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not trashing this album at all. It's not a bad album. It's just not what I expected. It's a little underwhelming in my opinion. But hopefully it grows on me. Let me know what you guys thought about the album. Did you love it? Did you enjoy the laid back, kind of vibey, chill wave that he was going for on this one? I mean, this definitely is going to sound good late night, you know what I'm saying, just driving, and you don't want to really focus on what you're listening to too much. What were your favorite tracks on here? I mean, if I got to go my favorite, let's see. I'm going to go with Escape, Way Bigger, Flocky Flocky, Swangin' on Westheimer, and Bogus. Yeah, Bogus was fire. But let me know what you guys thought in the comments. And also check the links in the description. Follow me on social media if you really want to get more in depth to who I am. This has been Don Toliver, Life of a Don. Soul Tracks out.